We acknowledge and respect the first humans of the unceded land we call San Francisco, the Ramaytush Ohlone. We condemn the genocide of these and other tribes across the Western Hemisphere. We honor their legacy and history, and we support rematriation and sovereignty efforts. Hi, everybody. Just wanted to say hello and catch you up on a couple things as Michelle and I take a week off. First, we're heading into the home stretch, so to speak, of Season 5. One thing we decided to do differently from the outset is not hold ourselves to the standard of a 49-episode season. That worked fine for the first 4 seasons, but it put a pressure on us that just wasn't sustainable. It turns out Season 5 will wrap up with a nice, neat 20 episodes, and we've got those all mapped out and scheduled for the recordings already. The final episode of the season will come toward the middle of July, right before Aaron of Bitch Talk Podcast and I set off for a much-needed 2-week vacation. And when we return, Michelle and I are so excited to tell you all that we'll be hosting our first art show in more than 3 years. We've hinted at it on the podcast and on Instagram, but here are some more details. The show will go up on Thursday, August 10th at Mini Bar on Divisadero, and it'll stay up for a total of 9 weeks. For those doing the math at home, that's until October 18th. There will be an opening party at Mini Bar on August 17th, but we'll have more on that later. We don't have a name for the show just yet, but the theme of this painting and photo show is rebirth. We are doing this in direct opposition to the so-called doom loop narrative that the national media and even some local folks have cast on our city. While we recognize some of the troubles and pain out there, we also see a lot of people and communities rallying to bring art, culture, and small business to the forefront as this city rebuilds itself from the pandemic. We know which proverbial side we're on. And from day one at Storied SF, we've aimed to uplift the voices we feel are working to make San Francisco a better place than it has been. After our show at Mini Bar wraps up in October, we'll be doing things a little bit differently. We plan to do more art shows, as well as poetry readings and some food and music events, now that it's safe again. We might not be putting out a new episode every week, but we will continue doing podcasts, and we've already got some great ideas brewing. I'm considering doing a storied zine also. All in all, we want to do more things with this little project and community we've built over the last almost 6 years. You're a huge part of that, of course, and your continued support keeps us going. So, thank you. Okay, that's about it for now. Please join us next week as we return with a brand new episode all about Bayview Opera House. Cheers! Music for Storied San Francisco was produced, performed, and curated by Otis McDonald. Michelle Kilfeather does original photography for us. Aaron Lim of Bitch Talk Podcast is our contributing producer. And the show is produced and hosted by me, Jeff Hunt. Now in our 5th season, we have more than 200 episodes available on our website, storiedsf.com, or wherever you listen to podcasts. If you're able to, please rate and review the show. And drop us a line at storiedsf@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Stay strong, weird, and healthy. And we'll see you next time on Storied San Francisco.
This podcast is a proud member of the BFF.FM podcast network. Learn more at podcast.bff.fm.
BFF.FM, best frequencies forever.